national webinar on the topic of financial empowerment through wealth creation. First, I would like to say thanks those who came forward to conduct this webinar. To this webinar, I am inviting each and everyone, our college principal Venkat Murli sir, and all HODs, co-faculty, and students, and all participants. Before start this webinar by speaker, first I would like to requesting our principal sir to speak.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, faculty, and students, welcome to our online webinar. So, it is a pleasure to have you all join us today as we embark on a journey of learning and exploration. So, in these unprecedented times, technology has become a bridge to connectivity and knowledge. Today's webinar is a testament to our commitment to continuing education despite the challenges we face. I encourage you all to actively participate and engage with our speakers and make the most of this opportunity. Let's embrace the power of virtual learning and make this webinar a memorable and enriching experience for everyone involved. Thank you for being here, and let's begin the session. Madam, please. Hemalata, madam?
Sir. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Now, I would like to talk about our special guest, Mr. Suryakant Sarma, sir. Mr. Suryakant Sarma is going to be discussing with us today on financial matters like how to save money, how and where we have to invest, risk management, financial planning, power of compounding, etc. Sarma sir has excellent experience and knowledge in this field. Suryakant Sarma is a commerce graduate and master's in law with a specialization in corporate laws. He, he is also chartered associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. He has over 35 years experience in banking and finance and securities market and had initially served in a leading financial institution, thereafter in Department of Financial Service, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and finally in SEBI. Sri Sarma joined in SEBI in 2003 and served in SEBI for more than 16 years in different departments of SEBI, and he was also in charge of Office of Investor Awareness and Education in SEBI's Northern region for more than 5 years. Sri Sarma was also a member of working group of NCERT for developing vocational course on funds for students of 6th and 7th classes. He also received an Excellency Award from a leading trade body for promoting mutual funds in India. He also mentor of a few NGOs. After superannuation from SEBI in 2019, Sri Sarma has joined the Association of AMFI, an apex body of mutual fund in India, as a senior consultant for spreading financial literacy and investor awareness across country amongst citizens. Since May 2019, Sri Sarma has interacted with lakhs of investors and students through more than 700 investor awareness webinars and programs across country. This is all about Sri Suryakanta Sharma sir. By this, we all can understand going to be with us. Now, I would like to hand over the mic to Sri Sharma sir and inviting to speak.
Thank you, Dr. Hema.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thankful, respected principal of the college, other faculty members and the staff members and students who have joined this program. I am personally thankful to respected principal of the college, Polytechnic College, who has given me opportunity to interact with all of you. And of course, the serious effort have been put in by Miss Hema for this webinar. And Mr. Sabjar has coordinated with him. So Sabjar also deserves special thanks. And Principal Sir was very right that when he mentioned that these times are challenging times. You are right, sir. But those who face the challenge will be winner. We have to face the challenge. We have to be sound enough to make our presence felt in this society. And you will all appreciate, including Principal Sir, that money plays a very, very important role in our life. Money is very important. We should accept it very honestly. More so when we are family man, when we are social animal, for everything except prayer and a few other things, Principal Sir, money will be required. Not only for basic needs, but also for comfortable life, not only for basic education of children, but also for higher education of children, not only for having a minimum shelter, but for a comfortable life, a good house, good car, everything. We need money. So please understand that money, that life evolves and revolves around money. And when we have money, we can comfortably lead a life. Not only we, sir, but also our family. We can give a comfortable life to our family. That is why, please, at the first stage itself, we should appreciate that money plays a very important role in our life. And we need money, Principal Sir, rather huge money in our life. And not in one go, not in one time, but regularly. For many things in our life, we will be needing money, rather huge money. So now the question arises, from where money comes in our life. And Miss Hema will agree with me that money comes in our life for whatever we do. If we are in job, we get salary. Miss Hema will be getting salary from principal sir's college. Then those who are faculty members are getting salary. Those who are in business are getting business profits. Those who are in profession are getting professional fees. So there is one source of money for all of us. And that is, Miss Hema, it is called primary source of money. Of course, your students are not having primary source of money today, except the pocket money which they get from their parents. But they are also going to earn money very soon down the line in 3 or 4 years when they complete their courses which they are undergoing nowadays. So there will be prime source of money for them too. And the money which we get from our prime source, what we do with that money, Miss Hema, can you tell me what you do with the money which you get as a salary? Yeah. Can you tell me what you do with the money which you get as a salary?
I give my money to my parents, sir, for monthly necessities.
Absolutely. You are absolutely right that whatever money you get, a majority of our money or majority of our earning goes into taking care of our regular expenses or monthly expenses.
Yes, sir.
But principal sir will agree with me, sir, that we Indians have a unique DNA, and that is in our blood. And what is that, Miss Emma? Whatever we earn, maybe 10,000 or maybe 10 lakhs, every Indian, and for that matter, every Indian family, try to take away as much money as possible out of their regular income, which they don't spend. And the money which we don't spend out of regular money, what it calls, Miss Hema, it is called savings. And principal sir knows it very well that we Indians are still one of the best savers in the world. Saving is in our blood. Every Indian family, may they be earning 10,000 or may they be earning 10 lakhs, they always try to take away as much possible out of their regular income. Why? Miss Hema, can you even give a thought why we save money? Because we know that in future we will be needing huge money for many things in our life. And that huge money requirement will not be taken care of only by the earning, only by the salary. That is why we save today, and it is sad and rightly said that we sacrifice today for future. Lot of things we sacrifice today only because that we want our future to be comfortable, future to be bright, or future that we should have enough money to take care of our major things for which we technically can call milestones in our life. That is why we save. But my dear participants, I want to tell all of you that saving is the first step only, principal sir. Saving is the only step, only first step. It is not the last step. If you save and don't put your money into some products, which is called investment, then the purpose of saving itself will be defeated. So we have to understand and appreciate that after we save, we have to put our money somewhere in some instruments. That is why investment is equally important. And my dear friends, investment is second step. So the first money is to save, and the second step is to put your saving into some product. But before going to the second step of saving, I will just stick to first step first for one or 2 minutes more. That is, I want to tell 3 things about saving to all your participants, including young participants, Miss Hema, young faculty members, and even students. The first thing, and principal sir, I don't know whether you did this mistake. I honestly admit that I did this mistake. What about that? That I literally lost first initial 4-5 years. I didn't save at all. Let it be. Let me enjoy with my money. I will save. Let the time come. I have plenty years to go. I have got a lot of time to go. I will start saving after 4-5 years. That was a blunder on my part. I want to tell all your participants and students, and including Miss Hema, please start saving right from the first month when you start earning. It is very, very important. Because if you don't save for the first 3-4 years, that will cost you very dearly in future. So the first thing I want to tell all of you, please start saving right from the first month when you start earning, and please don't hesitate even to save 100 rupees, 500 rupees, or 1000 rupees. Because initially when we start job, our salaries are not very attractive and not good. We don't draw good salary. So whatever we are earning, you start saving maybe 100 rupees, maybe 500 rupees, maybe 1000 rupees, but start saving right from the first month. Second thing about saving, please be regular in saving every month. Regular simply means you have to save every month, come what may. And Miss Hema, our situation will keep changing from month to month. Yes, that is right. But we should have a commitment with ourselves that come what may, I will save every month. Of course, the amount might vary from month to month because of a change in circumstances situation. But we must save every month. This is the second request I want to make you regarding saving. And third and the last thing, Miss Hema, Honorable Principal is giving you increment every year. Your DA also get increased during some period. So your income keep increasing every year. So with the increase in income, you must also increase your saving. And a thumb golden rule is there, principal sir, that we should increase your saving minimum 10% every year. Suppose this year I am saving 1000 rupees a month. Then next year, in the second year, I should save 1100 rupees. And in the third year, I should save 1210 rupees. So every year there ought to be incremental increase in saving. And Miss Hema, these three very small things with regard to saving are going to change your life forever. So I again repeat, start saving right from the first month when you start earning. Be regular in saving every month and keep increasing your saving with the increase in your income every year. Now, the second step is what to do with the savings. We must not keep our saving at home, Miss Hema. My generation did a blunder, and that was we were keeping we were also savers. Of course, not since our salary was not much, and we had got joint families, lot of family obligations. We couldn't save much, but we were saving. But what unfortunately we did, and that was a blunder again on my part and on the part of my generation principal, sir, that we kept our saving at home only. Or we invested in some products which are not products of investment at all. That is why we simply accumulated money. We didn't create wealth out of investment. Please understand, I am saying two things here. One is money accumulation and other is wealth creation. And what is the difference between money accumulation and wealth creation? I just want to give you an example, very simple example. And Miss Hema, kindly give permission to take your name in this example. Would you be?
Okay, sir, you can.
Thank you. Suppose Miss Hema has got 1 lakh rupees with her, and she goes for a 1-year bank FD fixed deposit with a good bank, and bank agrees to give her 6% annual return, annual interest on 1 lakh FD for 1 year. After 1 year, when we meet, myself and principal sir meet Miss Hema and just ask her, ma'am, what happened to your FD? What your answer will be? Your answer will be that I have earned 6,000 rupees as interest on my bank FD, and bank has given back my 1 lakh rupees. And Miss Hema is happy. She's celebrating this 6,000 rupees as interest income with family, distributing sweets to family and friends. Normally, we all do like these things. But Miss Hema, please understand what I want to tell all of you. You are not right. You are not right. Why? Because of two reasons. The first and most important reason, Miss Hema, is that last year when you had 1 lakh rupees, you had option to purchase some item, goods or services from that 1 lakh rupees instead of for going for bank FD. But you went for bank FD, you didn't purchase some item, goods or services. So now, Miss Hema, tell me, after 1 year, would the same goods and items and services would be available to you at 1 lakh rupees? Would it be available? We all know no.
No, sir.
It is not possible. It will not be available. Why? Because of inflation, prices of those items have increased. Suppose the inflation rate during this 1 year of bank FD has been 5%. What does it mean simply, Hema? That last year, whatever you could have purchased from 1 lakh rupees for the same item, same goods and same services, principal sir, she will have to pay after 1 year, not 1 lakh rupees, but 1 lakh 5,000 rupees. Now you see the proposition, Miss Hema. You are very happy when you got 6,000 as interest. But in reality, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation. Normally, we don't consider these things. We are always happy what we get as return on investment. But the real thing is that a majority of your return is eaten by the inflation. Please understand, it is a very important point. still Miss Hema will say, okay, sir, let 5,000 be eaten by the inflation. But I still have 1,000 rupees with me out of 6,000. No, Miss Hema, there is another factor which we should look at, and that is on most of the investment return, Government of India takes income tax or capital gain tax or other taxes. There are hardly very few investment return which are tax exempt, which I will discuss afterwards. So as far as FD is concerned, Miss Hema, the rules of income tax are very clear. Principal sir must be knowing it. Whatever you earn as bank interest on bank FD will be treated as your income, and you will have to pay income tax as per your slab. Suppose, Miss Hema, you are in 20% income tax bracket, then you will have to pay 20% income tax on 6,000 as well. What it is, ma'am? It is 1,200 rupees. So you will have to pay 1,200 rupees at income tax also on 6,000 rupees earning. Now, Miss Hema, you see the reality where you are very happy when you got 6,000 rupees. But in reality, principal sir, out of 6,000, 5,000 has been eaten by the inflation, and 1,200 rupees she has to pay as income tax. Miss Hema, can you tell me, did you get anything in reality?
No, sir.
No, rather you lost 200 rupees.
Yes, sir.
5,000 plus 1,200 rupees becomes 6,200 rupees, where you earn only 6,000 rupees. So these were the type of investments we were making, my generation. So we were simply accumulating money, but there was no real return. And please mind it, unless and until you earn some real return on your investment, you will not be creating wealth. The equation is very simple. How? I just take this example forward. Suppose the bank agrees to give you 8% interest on one year FD. In that scenario, you will earn 8,000 rupees as bank interest. Out of 8,000, suppose again the inflation is remained at 5%, means out of 8,000, 5,000 will be eaten by the inflation. Again, 20% income tax on 8,000, which becomes 1,600. But even after that, Miss Hema, there remain 1,400. 8,000 minus 5,000 minus 1,600. The balance is 1,400. And Miss Hema, in the second scenario, this 1,400 is your real return. So what I want to tell all of you is that you must try to earn real return on your investment, my dear friends. 6,000 and 8,000 are just notional returns, no real return. In the first scenario, there was negative return. Rather, you lost 200 rupees. In the second scenario, you got 1,400 rupees as a real return, and this real return is going to create wealth for you. So for investment, you must see that you earn some real return on your investment. And the formula of real return, those who are students want to note down, please note it down. Real return equal to notional return minus inflation minus tax liability, if any. So we have to see very sincerely that unless we earn some real return on our investments, we will not be able to create wealth. And if we are not able to create wealth, we will not be prosper. So the equation is simple. The flow is very simple. You have to save, you have to invest, you have to earn real return on your investment to create wealth and to be prosper. So this chain goes only when you have got, the chain goes only when you start saving and investing. Because without saving and investing, what you will earn? And once you invest, then you must see that you earn some real return on your investments. That is why I keep telling in my sessions, please try to earn real return on most of your investments. Because the purpose will not be served unless until you earn real return on your investment. But why we did not get real return on our investment, principal sir? Have you given thought to it? What was the reason? Yes, sir. There was a very deep-rooted reason in our mind. Our mindset was different, principal sir, in our times. And the mindset was like that. We were very clear, principal sir, that we will not take risk. No, we will invest where our money will be secured. 100% security of my money which I am investing. That was my mindset. But that was not wrong. That was wrong. I want to tell young people like Miss Hema and to all students, please come out of that mindset. We were not right. I admit it very honestly. Because our whole focus was that my money should be secured. I was not at all interested to know what real return I was earning on my investments. My whole emphasis was simply that I should have my wherever I am investing, my money should be secured and safe. But my dear friends, I want to tell all of you, I don't know if Miss Hema will agree with me or not, but the fact of the thing is that in investment, principal sir, risk is there. In most of the investment, risk is there, except some governmental scheme, which we will discuss just after 10-15 minutes. So, my dear friends, please understand, Mr. Kandula, that in investment, risk is there. You have to accept that in investment, risk is there. Of course, in some products, risks are very high. In some products, the risks are not so high. In some products, risks are moderate. And in some products, risks are minimum. But in majority of the investment products, risk is there. So please accept that risk is there. Because once you accept, then you will naturally think how I can manage my risk, how I can minimize my risk. That is very natural. Everybody would like to minimize their risk in investment. And yes, my dear friends, we can minimize our risk, principal sir. We can manage our risk by practicing a two-word formula in our life as far as investment is concerned. Very simple two-word formula. Those who wish to note down, please note it down. Students, I am telling you particularly. And the formula is think, understand, and invest. We have to think before we invest. What we have to think? Two things we have to think about. The first and most important thing is, what is my risk-taking capacity, Mr. Kandula? How much risk I can take? And my dear friend, every individual has got different risk appetite. Miss Hema has got different one. If you are already a faculty member, you are having a different risk appetite. Principal sir has got different one. Myself has got different one. Because our income is different. Because our family obligations are different. So both things are different. So every individual has got different risk appetite. So one thing comes out of is that you should never follow others while taking your investment decisions. May it be your friend, may it be your colleague, may it be your relations, whoever that might be. You should take your independent investment decision strictly on the basis of your risk-taking capacity. And my dear friends, those who are young, Principal sir, I keep telling in my session that those who are young are very lucky because they can take risk. Because they have got 30-40 years to go in their life. But unfortunately, Principal sir, I don't have that luxury now. You also too are not of my age, but still your risk-taking capacity has become very much less. So rather, I encourage young people like Miss Hema to please take risk in investment. Because if you take risk, then there is a probability of getting higher return, Mr. Kandula, but no guarantee at all. If somebody says that you take high risk and you will get high return, no, the statement is not correct. What I want to say here to all of you, if you take risk, then Miss Hema, the probability of getting higher return will increase. That is why it is very imperative for young people to take risk. The second thing I want to tell all of you is, please make your financial plan because it is very important. And why financial plan is important? Because, sir, we have to have money for major milestones in our life. And Mr. Kandula, what are the major milestones in our life? A normal middle class, salary class person, the first major milestone in our life is marriage, for which we will need huge money. After that, principal sir, we will be needing huge money for purchase of a house or a flat for the family. It is very natural that every family wants a house or a flat for his own. The third one is everybody will definitely desire to have a four-wheeler. That is a minimum thing nowadays. But for that, you will be needing money. After that, nowadays, new thing, new development has been there, principal sir, which was not in our times, and that is every Indian family now wants to go on vacations, domestic vacation and international vacation, which were not so common in our times, but now it has become very common. Every family wants to travel. Those, suppose you are in South, then definitely you will like to travel other parts of the South, then North India, then Western India, then Northeast, and not only India, Mr. Kandula, beyond India also, Switzerland, Africa, USA, other Europe, Australia, other continents of the globe. So for that vacation also you will need huge money. And after that, one very important thing will be happening in your life, that is higher education and professional education of children. And principal sir will agree with me that every Indian parent wants that their kids and children get the best higher education. But for that, my dear friends, you will be needing huge money. Miss Hema, I presume that you are not yet married, but down the line when you get married, definitely you will have kids. That is very natural. And kids will go for higher education after 15, 20, 25 years. So you should plan best higher education for your children right from the day when children come in your life. Because that is one of the major milestones in your life. Then after their education is over, the next thing will be marriage of the children. In Indian context, parents take care of major expenses of the marriage of kids. And lastly, but not the least, I don't know, Miss Hema, you might not be having pension, government pension, whether you have pension or not. Normally now, normal pension is not there. Old pension scheme is no more available in most of the central government, and state governments even had discarded the concept of old pension. But for retirement life, Mr. Kandula, you will have to have huge money, because you will be leading retirement life without your regular income like salary. Salary will cease to exist the day you get retirement. And Ms. Hema, when you get retired, principal sir will not give you salary after you retire. That is why it is very important that we have very huge retirement corpus to take care of our retired life. And one more relevant thing I want to tell you, principal sir is must aware, when we got independence in 1947, principal sir, the average age of Indian was 47 years only, which had now risen to 71 years. Which simply means that even after retirement, normally you will have to live after 10, 15, 20, even 25 years. From where the money will come, because you wouldn't be having regular income after retirement. That is why it is very imperative and important that you should accumulate huge money for your retirement life. Everybody wants to have a comfortable life. It is his or her right. But that will be possible only through money when you have. That is why I keep emphasizing in my session, please do start developing your retirement corpus, principal sir, right from the first day when you start earning. And develop huge corpus. And because these milestones are very important, and that is why the importance of financial planning. Financial planning will simply give you a broad picture of requirement of money in your life for different milestones. And once you make your financial plan, and I again tell all of you, anybody can make his or her financial plan. It is not a rocket science, very simple thing. Sit with the family, take a paper. On the paper, make 3-column principles, sir. In the first column, just jot down what are the milestones in your life. right from marriage to retirement life. In the second column, just put the period when you will be having these milestones in your life. Maybe 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 15 year, 30, 20 year, 30 years. Just give a broad estimate of the period when you will be having these milestones in your life. And last and very important thing, start putting the money for each milestone you will be needing. And once the financial plan is prepared and in place, Miss Hema, you might get scary. Why I am saying so, Principal Sir? A normal middle class, salary class person of around 30 years today will be needing not less than 10 to 12 crore rupees for her milestone only. From where that will come, Miss Hema? You might be lucky enough to go to some TV show, win some first or second prize of 5 crore or 10 crore. But what will happen to other lakhs of crores of people? One or two may win. Now I wish to assure you, all of you, my dear friends, you all can have 10 to 12 crore rupees in your life for your milestones, provided, very important thing I am underlining, provided, Mr. Kandula, you start saving and investing right from the first month and continue with it till the last day of retirement. And if you do it, I can give you confidence, you will all be having not even 112 or 10 or 12 crore rupees, but even more than that. So investment is a journey. Investment success is a journey, my dear friends. It is not an event. It is not an event that you will get it. What I want to tell you, that investment is a journey. So please make your financial plan. That is very, very important. And one more thing I want to emphasize here, my dear friends, that is very, very important in investment, sir, Principal Sir, that is power of compounding. Power of compounding, my dear friends, is eighth wonder of the world. It is eighth wonder of the world. And what is power of compounding, Miss Hema? To put it simply, you have to make it a promise with yourself. And that is, whenever I get return on my investment, Principal Sir, when we save and invest, definitely we will be getting return. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but down the line, after 1 or 2 years, we will start earning a return or interest on our investment. So whenever I earned return on my investment, and that return might be 500 rupees or 5,000 rupees or even 5 lakhs rupees, I promise that I will not consume that return, Mr. Kandula. What I will simply do, I will simply keep reinvesting that return. And not at one go, not at one time, always. Whenever I get return, I will keep reinvesting it for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And my dear friends, if you do, I again tell Mr. Kandula, it is not easy. Yes, we should do. It's a different story that we should do. But my dear friends, it is not easy to practice this power of compounding in your investment philosophy. But if you do, or rather I have that you have no option but to practice it. If you do, then I can tell you that after 10, 15, 20 years, you will have huge money with you for taking care of your milestones. That is why please religiously follow power of compounding in your investments. That is very, very important to make money out of investments. Keep reinvesting your return on investment every time, and not 1 year, not 2 years, next 15, 20 years. And if you do, I again want to emphasize here, you will have reasonable money in your life for taking care of your needs and milestones. So what we have discussed so far, I just recapitulate, Principal Sir, for the sake of clarity to the students. Saving is very important. And saving right from the first month is very, very important. Be regular in saving. Every month you have to save. Then keep increasing your saving with the increase in income. Then second thing is, keep investing your saving. Don't keep your saving with yourself. Keep investing it. Lot of investment products are available nowadays in the market. Keep investing your saving as per your risk appetite. Then manage your risk. Risk management is very, very important, and that you can do. Third one is, make your financial plan. It is very important that every individual must have his financial plan. And I again repeat, financial plan is not a rocket science. It is damn easy thing. Any educated person can do it. Then please religiously follow power of compounding. It is very, very important. These things are the foundations of a good investor. These things are the foundation of your investment success. So I want to tell all of you, please do understand the importance of all these things in your investment. Now, next 10-15 minutes, that will last 10-15 minutes, we will discuss where we can invest. Because Ms. Hema, it is equally important we should know what investment products are available in the market. For the first category of investment products available in the market, and that too, principal sir, in the context of middle class, salary class person, the first government scheme, which I feel personally, Ms. Hema, every middle class, salary class person must open account in this scheme. And if you have not done, Ms. Hema, please start it this month itself, in the January or max in February. And the name of the scheme is Public Provident Fund Account, PPF. Public Provident Fund Account. PPF is a very good scheme of Government of India, Ms. Hema. And you can open the PPF account in any of the banks and post offices. Major bank branches and post offices are having the facility of opening PPF account. And for your comfort, you should open a PPF account in the bank where you have your bank account. That will be, thank you very much, Mr. Sabjar. Public Provident Fund Account, very good scheme of the Government of India. The beauty of this scheme, Mr. Kandula, is that it is tax exempt, triple E. No tax when we deposit the money, no tax when we earn the interest in PPF account, and no tax when we finally withdraw the corpus in PPF account. So it is very rare scheme. In most of the schemes, government do take tax on return on interest. But in PPF, there is no tax liability. Rather, when you deposit money in the PPF account, under section 80C, you also get rebate up to 1.50 lakhs. So PPF account is a very good account. I don't have time. Otherwise, I had given you full details of the PPF. But now we are in Google era. Just Google PPF and get all the details. And start PPF account as early as possible and continue it beyond 15 years even. Normally, the tenure of the PPF account is 15 years only. But there is a proviso that even after 15 years, you can extend it for another term of 5 years, then another term of 5 years, or then another term of 5. You can keep it extending unless until you need money. Because, and the maximum limit of investment in a PPF, principal sir, is 1.50 lakhs only every year. I just give you one example. Suppose, Ms. Hema, a person of the age of 30 start PPF account at the age of 30. And every year he or she is depositing 1.50 lakhs in PPF account. When she becomes at the age of 45 years, she will have PPF corpus of 41 lakhs 38,000 at the present prevailing interest rate of 7.10%. But he or she is wise enough. She doesn't close the account. She extends the account for 5 years. That is up to 50 years. Then again for 5 years. That is up to 55 years. And lastly, again for 55 years. That is up to 60 years. So when she becomes at the age of 60, she will be having PPF corpus, so principal sir, of 1,78 lakhs. That's a magic of power of compounding. So please do open a PPF account. Then I will just mention the name of the scheme. I don't have time. The second scheme of the Government of India is National Savings Certificate. National Saving Certificate, NSC. Third scheme is Kisan Vikas Patra. And these are all government schemes. I have not yet come to the private investment options. Kisan Vikas Patra. Then next option is RBI bonds. Reserve Bank also keep issuing bonds, tax-free bond and taxable bonds. RBI bonds. Then government securities. Government also take loan from you. Government securities where you can invest. Earlier, Principal Sir, it was not so easy for the middle class, salary class person to invest in government securities. But in 2022, RBI has started a dedicated website for us. The name of the website is RBI Retail Direct. RBI Retail Direct. This is the website of RBI where you can go, visit the website, give the required information and get yourself registered. And whenever you have money, you can start investing in government securities. Then banks and post offices have got a lot of savings scheme. If you visit the website of theirs or visit the branch or post office, you will be having a list of schemes available for them, with them, for middle class, salary class person. These are all governmental scheme principles, sir. There is one advantage in this scheme and there is one disadvantage. The advantage, Mr. Kandula, is that there is no risk at all. Whatever government promises you, government will give you. Suppose government promises you 7% return, then 100% you will get 7% return, come what may. When the scheme matures, whatever the maturity amount, that will also be given to you without any risk. But the disadvantage is that, Principal Sir, the returns are not so attractive. Most reasonable return, because in investment philosophy, please understand three things. If you go only for security, Principal Sir, then you should not think of getting higher return. Equation is very simple. If you think only of safety, then higher return might be an illusion for you. Second thing, if you insist only for higher return, then don't think of any security. More you go for the higher return, lesser will be the security available. This is the basic funda of investment. Beyond that, these are all governmental schemes. Beyond that, the second category of investment is where you can invest is real estate and property. We all know real estate and property is as an investment option. The prices of property, including your city, has also skyrocketed for last 3-4 years. And some might have got good return on property, but there is a risk. You don't know how much property price will rise. You are not sure whether you will be able to sell the property when you need the money. Then maintenance of the property is also a problematic area nowadays. And most important thing is, that is equally important, is for investment in property in real estate, my dear friend, you will be needing huge money. You can't invest, you can't make investment in property by 5 lakh, 10 lakhs, 20 lakh. Even for a small two-bedroom flat, in bigger cities, it is almost just touching 1 crore. So huge money will be required for investment in real estate. Third option is gold, where we can invest, Mr. Kandula. Gold, Principal Sir will agree with me that in Indian context, gold has been one of the most important investment option for the middle class, salary class person. And more so in the context of Indian female members of Indian families. They are passionate about gold. Historically, Indian families have been investing in gold because that is treated more as a security than investment. If I have sufficient quantity of gold, I will feel secure. No, Baba, I have got this. At any point of distress or emergency situation, I can simply sell the gold and get the money. So that mindset of Indian families are there that we should invest in gold. But Hema, I want to tell you that investment in gold in physical form is not a good proposition, rather it is a losing proposition. Now the time has come when young people should start thinking that they should not invest in physical gold, because the principal sir must be aware that when you invest in physical gold, and perchance after 10-15 years you wish to sell that gold jewelry, you go to the jeweler will simply say, yes sir, I will take it back, but then there will be cut of 30 to 40% on making charges. That is why physical physical acquisition of gold is not a good proposition. But now Government of India has come out with a very good scheme, principal sir, and I want to tell all of you, please note down the name of the scheme, which is very good scheme of the Government of India, no private scheme, Government of India scheme, that is called Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme, very good scheme of the Government of India, where Government of India is now encouraging all of you not to go for physical gold, Mr. Kandula, but to go for the digital gold. In this scheme, no physical gold will be given to you, but rather a certificate will be issued by the Government of India that this much of amount you have invested in sovereign gold bond. And the government is giving three benefits under sovereign gold bond, Mr. Kandula. First benefit is you will earn 2.5% annual interest on your investment in sovereign gold bond. Suppose you have invested 1 lakh rupees, then for 1 lakh rupees every year, and the tenure of the scheme is 8 years, every year you will earn 2,500 rupees as interest on your investment in sovereign gold bond. Second benefit, which is a bigger benefit and rather real benefit in this scheme, principal sir, is that whatever appreciation in the gold price will also be given to you. Suppose today you make the investment in sovereign gold bond when the gold rate is 60,000 10 gram. After 8 years, suppose the gold price becomes 80,000 10 gram, then Government of India will give you reimbursement or redemption at the rate of 80,000 10 gram. So whatever increase is there in the gold price will also be given back to you. And third one is indexation benefit is available in this scheme. So the tax liability, Mr. Kandula, will also be very minimum or no tax liability. So that is also a major benefit. So please do consider sovereign investment in sovereign gold bond. And it is not a regular scheme which is open all the time. No, it opens hardly for a week, in 3 months or 4 months. Next tranche of sovereign gold bond is coming in the month of February. There has been notification of the Government of India. So please note it down. And please share the information of sovereign gold bond with your family members, with your mother, with your sister-in-law, and other family members. So, and they should seriously think of investing in sovereign gold bond. Lastly, where you can invest is securities market, share bazaar, where you can invest. And my dear friends, share bazaar is one of the most rewarding investment option. For your information, I want to tell Mr. Gandola that share bazaar has given 15% annual average return during last 35 years, which no other product has given. 15% average annual return during last 35 years. But I want to warn you very clearly, share market is purely knowledge-based market, my dear friends. Those who don't have knowledge of the market must not invest in share bazaar if you have knowledge of the market. So it is purely a knowledge-based market. So first you should try hard to get knowledge of the share market, its intricacies, its details. And once you are comfortable or having reasonable knowledge of the market, then you can think of investing in share market directly. Nowadays, principal sir, lot of message will keep coming to you, lot of mails will keep coming to you, lot of so-called advisors and experts are available on the TV show. They will advise you, purchase this share, purchase, sell that share. This is all fraud. I am using very harsh word, my dear friends. Nobody is here to give you free advice. And don't take their advice seriously. Try to gain knowledge of the market first if you are interested to invest in share market directly. But there is an indirect way of investing in security market, Mr. Kandula, and that is mutual fund. Mutual fund principle, sir, is an indirect way of investing. You are not directly investing into any company or corporate. What you are giving, you are pooling your savings with other persons in a particular scheme. Rather, to put it simply, you are giving your money to a fund manager who is an expert. So it is an indirect way of investing. Then he will invest your money as per contours and guidelines of that scheme. But the purpose of investment in mutual fund is very simple and distinct, my dear friends. I am giving my money to the experts, fund managers. But my purpose is very simple principle, sir. Maximum return should be generated on my investment and should be given back to me. It is not a social service. It is not a social service. It simply means that I should have money. My dear friends, index funds are not the best funds. Index funds are the relatively most secured funds. But if you go beyond index fund, there are a lot of funds who are generating alpha return. Alpha return simply means more than normal return. So index fund, of course, for the beginners, those who have just started investing, index fund is one of the best options to go into. But then after 2, 3, 4 years, when you are at ease in investment, you should explore other schemes as well. So mutual fund is an indirect way of investing. There is 3 broad categories of mutual fund investment scheme, my dear friends, as far as security market is concerned. First is equity fund. In equity fund, your money will be invested into the equity share of the corporates. And then it has got a lot of subcategories. Index fund, large cap, mid cap, small cap, multi cap, lot of sectoral fund, thematic funds, lot of other subcategories are there. But as a broad idea, in equity fund, your money will be invested into equity share of the corporates. And my dear friends, risk is high. Because share price will always keep going up and down every day. That is why risk is high, but so is the reward. In most of the equity funds, they have generated principal, sir, during last 10 years, returned between 12 to 15%. That is also, I am taking a very conservative view. Some schemes have also generated even more than 20%, more than even 25%. But to be on average side, 12 to 15% average return by equity fund during last 15 years. But my dear friends, again I repeat, risk is higher. So if you are young, like Mr. Kandula, and I appreciate that you always have you already have basic knowledge of the funds and all these things. Those who are young principals, sir, like Ms. Hema, like Mr. Kandula, you should start investing in equity fund. And you should continue to invest in equity fund for the next 15, 20 years. But when you touch 40 and above, then principal, sir, you should gradually shift your equity fund portfolio to the hybrid fund. In hybrid fund, there are two subcategories. Some of your money will go to the equity and some of your money will go to the debt. So the risk is lesser, but so is the return. So hybrid fund is broadly more appropriate for above 40-45%. But from 20 to 40, you should be a hardcore equity investor. What I personally feel, unless until you have any risk-related issues with you. And third category is debt fund. In principle, sir, debt fund is more useful for people like you who already crossed 50. Because in debt fund, risk is relatively very less as compared to equity fund. But my dear Kandula, so is the return. Return will not be extraordinary. But after certain age, maybe around after 50, 55, we should also be very serious about the security aspect of the money which we are investing. But when you are young, your whole emphasis should be earning maximum real return on your investment. You should not look much on the risk side of the investments. You should start looking at the risk side only when you have crossed 55 and you are just touching 60. That is equally relevant. In mutual fund, the best way of investing for the middle class, salary class person, Mr. Kandula, it is through SIP, systematic investment plan. And Miss Hema, I will encourage people like you. Please start investing in mutual fund through SIP as early as you can. But I am not marketing here mutual fund or SIP as such. I will not getting any commission or benefit out of it if you start an SIP. But you will definitely get benefited, my dear friends, if you start SIP at the early age and continue it with it for a longer period. Maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 20 years. So SIP, Miss Hema and Mr. Kandula, is a magic for the middle class, salary class person. Investing a small amount regularly, maybe even 500 rupees, will make you a lakpati. You will be having a corpus of very good amount after 30, 40 years. I just give you a simple example, Principal Sir. Suppose a person at the age of 20 start an SIP of 500 rupees in a good equity fund, Mr. Kandula, and he continue with the SIP for next 40 years. Very difficult task. You have to commit yourself that. But you continue with the SIP of 500 rupees for next 40 years. When you become 60, Mr. Kandula, presuming 12% average conservative return, I am not even taking 15%, presuming even 12% return on your SIP, after 40 years, you will have a corpus of 41 lakhs, 28 lakhs. Even a small amount, regular investment of 500 rupees. But one more request I want to make, and that is the best way of investing through SIP, Mr. Kandula, that is through step-up SIP or top-up SIP. Step-up SIP or top-up SIP, Principal Sir, simply means every year you are increasing the amount of SIP. Suppose, Mr. Kandula, you started this year with 500 rupees. Next year, your SIP should be 10% plus. That is 550. Third year, it should be 550 plus 10%. Every year, you should keep increasing your SIP by minimum 10%. And if you do, my dear friends, after 40 years, again presuming a conservative return of 12%, Mr. Kandula, you will have a corpus of 1 crore 88 lakhs. You see, a normal SIP will give you around 41 lakhs, but a top-up or top-up SIP will give you more than 1.75 crores. So SIP is a magic for all of us. And I will request all of you, please understand the concept of mutual fund first before investing in mutual funds. And risk is there. And secondly, no guarantee of return. I am very clear. If somebody gives you guarantee that you will get this much of return every year, no, he is not telling you the truth. But of course, return will be higher if you continue with the regular investment over a period of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, because the compounding effect will come into play, and that effect will give you a huge benefit over a period of time after 15, 20 years. So what I want to tell you, that SIP is a magic for all of us. Please start SIP as early as you can and continue with the SIP, my dear friends. And I know a lot of my friends who have started not one SIP, but more than one SIP, Mr. Kandula. They have started 5, 6 SIPs, and all SIPs have got different object. One SIP for purchase of house, one SIP for purchase of car, one third SIP for going on vacation, fourth SIP for higher education of children, fifth SIP for marriage of the children, and last SIP for your retirement life. So you can have multiple SIPs, and that is all financial goal oriented SIPs. You have You have set your financial goals. Accordingly, you have started SIP. So I want to again repeat here, please start SIP as early as possible and continue it for a longer period. And to understand the concept of mutual fund, my dear friends, the best way is to visit the website of which had been developed by Amfi. Please note down the name of the website. It is very, very important. Mutual fund sahi hai. This is the tagline you might have heard on Amfi advertisements of mutual fund. And on this name itself, mutual Amfi has started in a website. It is called Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. In this website, every information has been given about mutual fund. What is mutual fund? How it works? What are the different categories of schemes? What are the risk attached with each scheme? What has been the performance of the present schemes? What are the different types of modes of investment? Direct investment, regular investment, SIP, STP, SD. Everything has been explained in a most simplistic way and in your local language as well. So please, I will request all participants, all students, please do visit the website of Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. Mr. Sabjar, please note down the name of the website. Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. Visit the website, get the understanding of the mutual fund. Take your time to understand the concept. Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. And once you are comfortable, then you should think of starting SIP as early as possible and continue it with the SIP for a longer period. And as I said earlier, you can have multiple SIPs. So, last two things I want to tell about the principal, sir, about this session. Never invest your hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. These are all fraud, my dear friends. Lakhs and lakhs of people have lost their hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And principal, sir, why people normally invest in Ponzi scheme? Greed, only because of greed. Because they will be promised to double their money in 2, 3 or 4 years. That is not going to happen at all, Mr. Kandula. It will not be possible for anybody to double your money in 2, 3 or 4 years. They will simply vanish with your money. That is why I keep telling all my friends, never think of putting a single penny, principal sir, in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And one more request I want to make, Mr. Principal sir, to you. This is your social responsibility, principal sir, and that is, please through your students and faculty members, spread this message in the area of your college. More so, those who are not so educated, your rickshawala, your driver, your peon, your maid servant, your electrician, your plumber, they people should be make aware that they should, because normally those category of people do invest in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees, and they have lost their hard-earned money. So please keep telling them, whenever you meet any of them, please keep telling them, my dear friends, we should never invest our hard-earned money in Ponzi scheme, chit fund and committees. And principal sir, if they don't have any knowledge, normally they don't have, then better to put their money in bank and post offices. At least their money will be safe. So please take it forward as a social responsibility of a citizen and spread this message as much as we can. And last thing I want to tell you, my dear friends, yes, ETF is one of the options, very good options in a mutual fund. Last thing I want to tell, principal sir, to all your participants, prosperity is your right, sir. We have got right to be prosper. And my definition of prosperity, principal sir, is very simple. My definition doesn't mean to be a Mukesh Ambani or a big industrialist. My definition of prosperity simply means I have money when I need the money for my milestones, for my comfortable life. That is my prosperity. And every individual has got right to be prosper, principal sir. But one thing I want to add here, prosperity is not luck at all, sir. We Indians do rely on luck too much. That is not a good proposition. I want to tell all of you, particularly young people, don't rely on luck much. Because prosperity is not luck at all, my dear friends. It is an effort. You have to make effort for your prosperity. You have to make effort. There is no other option. You have to make an effort. You have to be a regular investor. You have to see that you follow the power of compounding. You see that you develop your financial plan. You see that you get real return on your investments. That is why it is very important that prosperity is not a luck at all, my dear friends. It is an effort. And we should make efforts, sincere efforts, and more so right from the day we start earning and continue with that effort till we retire. There may be one or two participants in this participant audience who might think, of course wrong, but might think, Principal Sir, that they are not from rich family, they are not from wealthy family. I want to tell them one thing, Principal Sir, forget about this right from today and forever. Because, my dear friends, Principal Sir, birth in a poor family is not a curse at all. Birth in a poor family is not curse at all, my dear friend, but living as poor and die as poor is a curse. And we all can avoid that by managing our money right from the day we start earning. And if you do, and I wish you will do, you will all have reasonable money in your life to lead a comfortable life, not only for you, but your family as well. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity. I again thank you, Principal Sir, to be with us throughout the session and guiding his team for this program. Thank you very much. I will request now Principal Sir
Thank you.
to give his opinion about the session. Please unmute, sir. Mr. Sabjar, please help Principal Sir to unmute. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for giving us a very valuable information. And I urge all the people who have joined this session, the whatever that sir has discussed, saving is important, as we know that, and be regular in saving. Keep investing as per your risk appetite, and the make financial plan, which is very important. And please learn to make compounding. So these are the foundation for the investing success, as sir said. So these are very valuable things which all of us should remember. And regarding the savings, sir has also explained. He has thrown a light in the various the government organizations where to invest, and so he has given a clear picture regarding this public provident fund account, which is the government of India. It's very good one. So, and the national savings certificate also, that's also a very good one. And Kisan Vikas Patra is also a very good one. Then of course the next the RBI bonds, okay. And along with that, the many banks and post offices are also there. So wherein we can invest. So, and he has also given us very good information regarding the sovereign gold scheme. So this is a very good one where we have to remember, and those who want to, especially invest the in gold, the market. Okay, so this is they're going to give you the gold certificate. So wherein this is not a physical this thing. So as sir has explained to you, and this is a very good one. I know this before only. And regarding the other things, sir has thrown light on the various schemes and the other things. Okay, the private, the organizations also. That is the share market, share venture, which is very volatile. This thing. risk factor will be very, very high in that share market. So myself, if my suggestion is those who they have to thoroughly study about the share market, and then only they have to enter into the share market. Otherwise, it's better to just keep it aside. And this is a very good one, but the thing is that you also have to have a very good knowledge, and at the same time, it is highly volatile. And of course, the mutual funds are explained regarding the mutual funds also, the regarding the hybrid fund and the other things. Okay, so it's a very good thing, and which each and every individual, whether he's a student or a working professional or a housewife, and everybody should plan the investment. And please start investing from now onwards, as Sir explained to us. He has given all these are, please go down, all these are the golden words. Okay. So if at all, if you want to prosper, because as all of us know that without saving, we can't do anything. Okay. Even if it is, 100 rupees also, it will make a huge difference in the later stages. So I personally feel that all these are the golden words, and these are very important to each and every individual, and whether he is a student, whether he or she is a housewife, she is a housewife, the ladies, and working professionals or the other people. But all these are the golden words, and which will help us to, which will help us to lead a very good life. So with this, I hand over the mic to Miss Hannah for the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much once again.
I'm also thankful to all of you, particularly you, who has inspired your colleagues and students for investment importance, and you have been with in the session throughout the session. Thank you very much. I will be very happy to come to your college when I visit your city next. I'm planning to come to your city also. So whenever I plan, I will definitely be happy to meet all of you.
Please welcome, sir. Definitely, give you the as per your this thing. You can please come to our college, and I will arrange a session.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We will.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Emma.
Sir.
Yes, Emma. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for your precious suggestions and your valuable time at this evening with us. Thank you each and everyone, those who were participated in this event. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to Principal Sir again, to Miss Hema and other core team members of your organizing committee. And a special thanks to Mr. Sabjar Ahmed, who has coordinated this event with your college. Thank you very much. And not the least to all the participants who have spared their time with us in this session. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Sir, I thank Sabjar sir for approaching us and making this event a very grand success. Thank you, sir. Thank you.